This is Kyle Sasser. I'm here with Jackie Williams, and I'll let you do a little introduction for yourself.
Hi, I'm Jackie Williams, owner of Furnish Me Vintage, along with my husband, Todd Wilson. We are one of the largest mid-century modern dealers in the nation and just happen to be here in downtown St. Petersburg. What we do is we buy high-end and designer vintage pieces and restore them here in-house. It's all contained in-house, carpenters, upholsterers, welding, and we bring them back to their original glory or reimagine them, and then we sell them right here in Tampa Bay, all across Florida, and actually nationally and internationally.
Yep, and the craftsmanship, if I may say, is exquisite. So, you know, I've been in here quite a few times with my wife, and the craftsmanship has always impressed me, just the level of pieces that you'll have. And then I met Sharon, I believe her name was.
Right.
Yeah, the upholsterer, very nice lady, and yeah, she does amazing work. So
she does. I mean, she has, first of all, a lifetime of experience and knowledge and skill. And what happens is we'll get this kind of piece in, and it looks like it came from the bottom of the sea, completely tattered and looks like something you should use for kindling. And the team will get together, and even from, our sales staff to the carpenters and Sharon, we'll all look at it and we'll brainstorm and come up with things. And it's really a team effort. Sharon does the upholstery restoration. The carpenters and my husband do the woodworking.
And do y'all do even redoing the finishes and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, all the wood is refinished in house. But say we're restoring a chair, it literally gets stripped down to the bones, down to the wooden skeleton. Gets new batting, new foam, new support straps, new upholstery. The wood gets refinished. So it's like you're getting a brand new vintage piece.
And honestly, walking around here, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're walking through a showroom in 1950 something, with the level of finish on all this stuff.
Yeah, so. It kind of, when you walk through our doors, it is like stepping back in time. And we have a 1972 Mach 1 Mustang in our store.
It's pretty sweet.
We have a record store spinning vinyl from, the 50s through the 70s. You have all the furniture. So it's almost like a museum.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So how'd you get started with all this?
My husband and I moved here in 2009 from upstate New York, and it was really a new beginning for us. We didn't have anything with us other than our clothes and a few necessities, and we bought a home very quickly, and we didn't have any furniture. This is in 2009, before the big, bursting of Tampa Bay with new people and new everything.
Yeah, the growth explosion we've been having recently.
Yeah, this is pre-growth explosion. In fact, it was pretty dull here from the recession. This area had been hit pretty bad, so things were kind of gloomy. But anyways, we bought the home. We weren't excited about any of the furniture options that we were seeing out there, like mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
To us, it was like you were spending the money, but you weren't getting much for quality. And we really wanted, we're first-time homeowners. We wanted things that we could be proud of in our home.
Yeah.
So we started antiquing. Didn't really quite like that aesthetic because it's really old-looking, like Victorian. So then we discovered mid-century modern. We had a home from the 1950s, and we loved that because it matched the quality of an antique piece, but with a contemporary look.
Yeah.
A lot of people think of modern meaning today, but modern is an aesthetic, meaning like clean lines and kind of like machine made and minimalist. So it doesn't denote a time period, it denotes an aesthetic.
Yeah.
So we started collecting mid-century modern. We had a very small home, so my husband was working from home. He would sell the pieces out of our garage, and he always had a knack for business, so he started to realize he could make money at it. And it was, kind of like Amazon or Hewlett-Packard.
Yeah.
We started out of our garage.
Very bootstrappy.
Yeah, very, the time-old tale. Started out of our garage, and here we are in a 30,000 square foot building.
Yep.
We just started with the money that we had in our pocket and, our own blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
And there was plenty of that.
Yeah.
So
no, I can definitely understand. So, me personally, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18. So I can, I can relate with definitely, put a labor of love for a while before you really start to realize the success.
Oh, yeah.
It's an overnight success that took 10 years in the making.
Right. And I think that's the hard thing about being an entrepreneur is there's a lot of pain before there's any glory.
Yeah.
And if you have the dexterity to get yourself through that, you can be a success.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Well, that's awesome. Well, so those that haven't been here, could you just give us kind of the rundown on the showroom here? How big it is?
So we have 4 floors here. Our first floor, and it's all mixed throughout. Some people ask, is it organized in any particular way? Not really, because we like to present the furniture as it would appear in your home. So we'll have, a sofa, love seat, chair, end tables, artwork all set up like a vignette, like if someone walked into your living room.
Yeah.
So, the first floor has a lot of furniture art seating. That's where our car is. That's where our reception desk is. We hold events there sometimes. Our second floor has our new record store, which is a completely, it's an independent business that we own, but it's housed right here in Furnish Me Vintage.
Awesome.
So you're getting like a whole lifestyle. I mean, we have the car, we have the music, we have the furniture, we have the art. And so up in the record shop, you'll find tons of vintage vinyl, vintage Playboys, vintage Rolling Stones, all your audio gear, turntables, microphones, headphones, etc. Third and fourth floor is going to be tons more furniture, lots of bedroom and dining up there. We have one whole showroom floor dedicated to dining, and that's 8,000 square feet. Yeah. So we have, if you're looking for something for your home, you can shop for every room in your house with plenty of options to choose from, all under one roof.
Yeah, and personally, my favorite is, I think it's on the 4th floor still, but it's all of the Danish wall organization systems.
Oh yeah,
those are always tops for me.
They're fun. They're a lot of fun. Luckily, we have the room to display that sort of thing. A lot of showrooms are tight on space, so we're able to display things in a very appealing way and a way that's easy to navigate through and easy to kind of digest because it's not cluttered in or anything.
Yeah, and that's honestly, it kind of keeps with, you mentioned the aesthetic earlier, and when you walk in, you can definitely feel that, someone has a design eye that's laid all this stuff out. It's like most vintage or antique stores you go into, it's just stuff piled on top of stuff. And it's like here at Furnish Me Vintage, it's like you can actually see and look at the piece and experience it, so you can see if it's going to fit in your home or not.
Yeah, that partly is my fault because I'm a little OCD. If I walk past one of our couches and there's a cushion that's off, I come in with my ruler and I'm like, who did this? No. But I'm a pretty clutter gives me anxiety. Yeah. So I like everything to be open. We do have accessories and things, but they're kind of sparse. They're just exactly what you need in the exact right spot and nothing more. And that's kind of true to the modern design aesthetic. It's all about form over function, minimalism. Yeah. So it actually was a reaction and a rejection against kind of Victorian decor motifs of prior years where it was all about pomp.
Yeah. Like all the intricate carvings and heavy wood armoires and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So what success do you feel is your greatest achievement here at Furnish Me Vintage? Like what part are you most proud of with this enterprise? I'm
really proud of our product. You can get vintage furniture anywhere, but I'm not ashamed to say you're not going to get anything as good as you can get here. Yeah. My husband and I are very particular. We only select things in the shop that we would put in our own home, and we have high standards, and we only put out product that is good enough that we would put in our own home. And like I said, we sell locally, but we ship things nationally, internationally. And the last thing I want is a customer in California saying, this piece doesn't meet my standards. What's wrong with this? The drawer's stuck, that. So we make sure everything is in tip-top condition so that when you buy our 60-year-old piece of furniture and put it in your home, it's going to last you another 60 years. Yeah.
And y'all are renowned. I'm sure y'all are probably there already, but on Reddit they have the mid-century subreddit there, and y'all come up mentioned pretty frequently there as a great source for mid-century furniture.
Oh wow, so. I haven't checked that out, but I know we get around because Well, we've been in New York Magazine, Huffington Post, Boston Globe, Atomic Ranch, House Beautiful, Lucky Magazine.
Great Things, Tampa
all
Bay.
that. Great Things, Tampa Bay, Bay Magazine. But I think because we're as voracious with maintaining our online presence as we are with our in-store presence, because that's how many people see the world now. That's how many people experience the world. I actually was a web designer before I started this.
Cool.
So right from the beginning, we always had a very strong web presence. In fact, online sales drove our business for the first half of the business. Not just nationally, but our online presence and our online listings and our online store serving as a catalog to bring in local customers as well. That was our main source of advertising. We didn't really advertise at all by traditional means until recently. It's all just been, being tenacious with maintaining our website, new listings every day, maintaining and updating our website every day.
Yeah, constant.
Instagram, Facebook first, and then Instagram, Craigslist even. We post stuff everywhere. Yeah. We sell on First Dibs, Cherish. We don't play around.
Because traditional advertising is expensive.
It is.
And the returns nowadays is kind of, not... Basically, with like Facebook and Instagram, you can reach so many more people for a lot less money and have a lot more direct engagement with them. Like it's impressive.
It is, and I think you're able to reach a niche person. People type in blue chair with walnut wood, and your blue chair with walnut wood pops up. They don't just open up their newspaper and see that. People are very specific. People, have their phones tethered to their hands and their eyes. And they're on there all the time, so we need to be there.
Yeah. So which failure is your favorite? Which one did you learn the most from?
That's a difficult question for me because I may be one of the lucky few that I don't think has had any spectacular failures. There's always challenges and things that maybe have been a little bit disappointing. And, I feel like almost every day, every week, there's some element of failure. And when I wake up in the morning, I typically start my day with a to-do list because there's a lot to be done. Yeah. This is a huge company, and there's only about 5 people working here. And we have, our other 2 businesses. There's a lot to keep track of. So I feel like almost every day is I start off in a position of failure, and I have my to-do list to keep me on track, to keep me on target with goals. I always maintain goals and make sure that I'm working a little bit every day to accomplish those goals. And they can be as simple as make sure I get a new sign for the front of the store, or, I want to attract a certain famous designer. How do I do that? Yeah. And I have small steps to get me to that goal, the end goal. But, I feel like there's an element of failure in my life every single day, and every day I'm working toward tackling that. Yeah.
So I have, I set up basically 5 goals for the day, and I'm like, these are the 5 things I need to do, sort of by priority. And as long as you're moving forward towards those every day, eventually you will get there.
Right. So. And sometimes goals can seem kind of ominous and out of reach, but in order to relieve yourself of that anxiety, you just have to say, okay, this is a big goal, but what do I need to do to get there? Yeah. And take it step by step every day, and you'll get there.
Yeah, break it down. Yeah. Break it down to its component parts. What is one problem that you wish that you could solve right now?
In my furniture world or worldwide politically.
I leave that one open.
Well, it was going to be world hunger, but climate change seems pretty scary for everyone on the planet. If I had a magic wand, climate change would be something that would have to be remedied, especially for us in Florida. Because
I agree. I live on shore acres, so I'm not looking forward to that too much.
Yeah, the summer was a big eye opener, and I think anybody who may have doubted the impact of climate change after this summer, you really can't deny it anymore. Yeah. And so, a bigger picture of climate change. Yep.
I like it. Big things and then the little things.
But, in regards to our business or here, just making sure more people in the Tampa Bay area know we're here, because I feel, we've been in business almost 7 years, and still, if you go to New York City or LA, a lot of people know who we are. Yeah. But if you go to Tampa, they may not know who we are.
Yeah. So all y'all on the other side of the bay, the bridge is not that scary. Just get on. get on 275 or Gandy, come on across downtown St. Pete, and come check out Furnish Me Vintage. So 5-year goals. Where do you see y'all going? Any plans to expand or change things up a little bit?
Yeah, I do have some things in mind over the next 5 years, but I don't know if I want to share them. I'm not ready to put them out there yet. I think our business will change. It may, I feel like if you're not changing, you're not growing. Nothing in life is for certain or stagnant or remains the same.
Yep.
So I feel that definitely will be changing, and probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I don't think it's certain things I don't think I'm able to discuss at this point.
Yeah.
But
I always ask that to see if I can get something juicy.
Yeah, but I'm a person who is excited about change, even when it's uncertain. I like, I kind of embrace the uncertainty of life. So I'm looking forward to the future.
Is there any new furniture trends? I know the mid-century thing's been pretty strong here for a few years now.
Yeah.
Any trends you see coming or anything like that?
Yeah. So a lot of people always say that to me. They're like, "Well, do you think mid-century will last? The popularity of it?" And I think it will. There's, good design is timeless, and mid-century modern is pretty timeless. Its simplicity lends itself to being blended with other styles. It's not really specific to any sort of geographic kind of location. Like, there's Southwestern style, Mission, Prairie style, and you think of specific areas when you think of that. Mid-century modern kind of transcends geography and time.
Yeah.
So I think that it will continue to be popular. I think certain designers within the period and certain movements within the period do gain popularity and change over time. And we kind of roll with that.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge art and design enthusiast. That's my thing. Some people love sports. I couldn't tell you one single rule in hockey or baseball.
Yep.
Or I do know, I've heard of Steph Curry, but any other.
So like the only reason you know that games are going on is because you see all the people walking over to Tropicana.
But if you ask me anything about art and design, I could talk to you all day about it. So I'm really, it's my world. I'm really immersed in it. And, I'm excited about trends, changes in trends and in design, and we react to it. I like to think we trend set because early on in our career, Todd and I were huge into 70s design, and our friends who are dealers who love Danish design, they're like, "Oh, that stuff is hideous. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh God, you're an embarrassment." And now look at it. The 70s stuff it's everyone loves it, from fashion to music, and the mid-century modern period itself. More is leaning toward the 70s look at this time. And I always love that. So, you know what? I'm just going to consider myself a trendsetter.
It cycles.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast here. Just let everybody know how they can find you, how they can come see you, where they can follow you online.
Okay, so we're open 7 days a week here at our physical store, which is at 1246 Central, right on the corner of 13th and Central, which is next door to Ferg's and across from Hawkers. Online, you can find us at furnishmevintage.com. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Furnish Me Vintage. That's our username on all social media, so it should be easy to find.
It's an awesome place. Come on down here and check out some furniture. It's awesome.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you.